So you can do more than just get by. You can get ahead and stay ahead, because when families are strong, America is strong. So I'm hitting the road to earn your vote, because it's your time. And I hope you'll join me on this journey.
And they're off and running. The first Democrat throwing her hat into the ring for the 2016 presidential election. Hillary Clinton with that announcement yesterday via social media. Welcome into America's Forum for this Monday with Miranda Kahn, J.D. Hayworth right here, and it's very good to have you with us.
It is. Meanwhile, on the Republican side, Florida Senator Marco Rubio is set to make a major announcement of his own a little later today, as it is widely expected that he'll announce his presidential bid at the iconic Freedom Tower in Miami. This after posting a video on Twitter yesterday. It's going to be an exciting week, huh?
Yeah, so what does all of this mean in the race for the Oval Office in 2016? For more on the story, let's turn to one of my old colleagues from Capitol Hill, former Majority Leader Tom DeLay, who is checking in from Sugar Land, Texas, and via Skype from New York, political columnist for the Fiscal Times, Liz Peek. To you both, we thank you for your time, and ladies first. Liz, there's the announcement on social media for Hillary, a slick video. But is this just basically Hillary trying to control her message instead of announcing publicly?
I thought it was a really lame video, and I wasn't prepared to say that, because that's so, immediately out of the gate taking pot shots at it, but it really said absolutely nothing. And I think it's going to be very much what her campaign is, very cautious, very safe, keeping Hillary at a good distance from the crowds and certainly from the media. But what did she tell us? She didn't tell us anything. I think the only sort of good news item was that her granddaughter wasn't in the picture. I take that back. It's very nice to have a granddaughter, but I think we're going to see a lot of Charlotte during this campaign, which is going to be, to me, less about message and more about money. The only reason Hillary is the front runner on the Democrat side is because she is expected, as the New York Times said, to raise about $2.5 billion, an unprecedented amount of money from super PACs, those dreadful super PACs, and from everybody else. That's what Hillary's about. She's going to raise a lot of money.
Congressman, I want to get your take. What did you think of Hillary announcing this weekend? Did you like the video? What were your thoughts?
Well, I think Liz is absolutely right. It's so Clinton. Trying to manipulate the American people, not say anything, not give a vision, just saying that I want to be president, and here we go. I'm very excited about this. I think Hillary is going to be a very flawed candidate. The polls right now on the trust question is upside down. More people distrust her than trust her. This is going to be a great year for Republicans.
Well, Tom, you mentioned excitement. You also have given us the unofficial title for the campaign, That's So Clinton. At any rate, Reince Priebus was on Face the Nation yesterday. Here's the way the chairman of the Republican National Committee talks about Hillary running. We'll listen to it, and Tom, then get your reaction to what he has to say.
If you were me and you were chairman of the National Party, and you had someone on the ticket that would unite your party, would help you raise a lot of money, and help you recruit a ton of volunteers, you'd want nothing more than Hillary Clinton to be on the other side.
So will that happen just that way, Tom? Are Republicans going to unite and come out swinging?
Oh, yeah. I'm so proud of our candidates. Our side of the race is shaping up beautifully. We've got so many qualified people running. We're going to have a great nominee, whoever it is. And the opposite is that Hillary Clinton, whether she has a vision or not, she is saddled with the Obama administration because she was part of the Obama administration. The failed foreign policy will be hers. She's not going to be able to throw off Obama, and already her left is saying she's not left enough, so she's going to have to come more to the left in order to energize her base. This is just shaping up to be a beautiful race against a constitutional nominee wanting constitutional limited government versus a socialist again. So I'm just really thrilled about this.
Liz, we only have a few seconds remaining. Will Hillary get the woman vote?
That's a very good question. I think sadly the answer is yes. In poll after poll, what we see is that amongst men, her standing is very weak, but amongst women, there still is this desire to break the glass ceiling. And I think, what we've heard from the campaign insiders over the last few months is they're going to do two things differently. They're going to run on gender because they think that is a winning card for her, and they're going to basically keep her away from large crowds, which I think...
We're coming right back. Stay tuned.
We're excited about the announcement tomorrow. Tune in tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time live so you can watch it on MarcoRubio.com.
Maybe he's going for cinema verite there, or maybe social media verite.
Yeah.
At any rate, Marco Rubio, the Florida senator, inviting voters to tune in later today. He did that via Twitter, and he's saying, get ready, got a big announcement. Back with Miranda Kahn, J.D. Hayworth here on America's Forum.
Yeah, the not-so-slick video released on Twitter yesterday recorded on the senator's cell phone on the street behind the Freedom Tower in Miami, where he's expected to make that huge announcement just hours from now.
So, well, this mixture of the old and the new, the social media verite with a big announcement later today, will that really help him with voters? Let's continue our conversation now. Welcome back in via Skype, political columnist Liz Peek from New York, and from deep in the heart of Texas, Sugar Land to be precise, my old congressional colleague, Tom DeLay. Tom, since we're talking about a family feud here, Marco Rubio. We see that thing yesterday. You can barely hear him. Was that really a wise thing to put out on Twitter?
No, when you roll something out, you want it to be good and at least get the one bump that you're going to get for a long time. And I think he could have done something better than that. But at the same time, he's young. He's ready to go. He's one of the most articulate candidates out there. He can really give us a vision. We'll see how he does against Jeb Bush in his own home state. But I like him. I like him. I like them all. I'm just really excited about this. They all have great strengths and very few weaknesses. And I'm really looking forward to this coming election.
So except for video production, right? Liz, want to get your take. What did you think?
Well, maybe he was trying to evoke, Florida hurricanes. I can be there if you need me kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like he was talking in the middle of a hurricane. I don't know. I love Marco Rubio. I think he is the most passionate defender of the United States. He can talk about a love of country that very few candidates really can convey. And you know what? I'm tired of presidents and candidates who talk all about, as Obama did yesterday or this weekend in South America, our flaws and how we've done things wrong in the past. I love the fact that someone who comes from Rubio's background really gets it, why people want to come to the United States, why we need to fight for the values that make this country so strong. And, he can really, I think you're right, Tom's right, he's so articulate, he can do a good job on that.
So, Tom,
the wind out of the background.
Well, it's interesting to see that social media verite. Tom, in the old days, they called you the hammer on Capitol Hill. Now we got DeLay the diplomat. You're saying you like all the candidates. But in terms of Marco, there's a poll out saying that he will not win Hispanic voters in 2016. Also, of course, he's been on again, off again with amnesty and that Gang of Eight approach. Does that hurt him?
Well, I think people are going to have to evaluate him against the others. What I'm interested in is the debate. What I'm interested in is going to the American people and telling them we've got to get God back into the public arena. We've got to have a revolution for the Constitution. And that's what my candidates are saying. And that's why I'm so excited that we're going to have a very clear choice in this upcoming election. More of the socialist tendencies of the Democrat Party or a free market, constitutional, limited government with God at the helm. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Liz, do you agree? Do you think we're going to have one really clear choice?
Oh boy, I hope so. I'm less optimistic because right now, it's sort of, if you could take bits and pieces of every candidate and put them together, you'd have the perfect one. But so far, I'm not sure who is going to emerge as able to really rally the party. And I think that's unbelievably important. We need turnout. There are 10 million more women voters than men voters. We're going to have a lot of the base turn out this time who haven't voted before. And I hope one of these guys can do that.
And Tom, about a minute left. You've mentioned it in a couple of instances here already, the whole notion of religious freedom. It seems every Republican rushed to the aid rhetorically, or close to every Republican, rushed to the aid of Indiana Governor Mike Pence. Religious freedom, 45 seconds, sir.
Well, that's just it. Every one of the candidates that I know of understand that religious freedom is the bedrock, is the foundation of this country. It's all stated right there in the Declaration of Independence and in our Constitution. And they instinctively knew that if we stand on the Constitution, we'll be fine.
Well, it's going to be interesting, a constitutional question and a vote possibly motivated by gender. We're going to keep an eye on this, and Tom DeLay and Liz Peek, we will have you back time and again to talk about this as the campaign unfolds. And we thank you for your time. Now, when we come back, ISIS has a pair of videos out. One could be called its greatest threats. Claire Lopez joins us for a very serious topic next on America's Forum.